Yo, what's up everybody, Swillow here, and today we're going to have a fun little discussion here. So this was inspired by my last video. I saw a comment talking about various IPs that would make for interesting Musou games. So I just wanted to make a little video here talking about the 3 Musou crossovers I want to see. So you might already have an idea seeing these silhouettes here, but basically what's really important in a Musou, especially a crossover, is you want to have a rich, diverse cast of characters with interesting designs and playstyle potential. You want to have like a game that has a lot of mechanical source material, so that whenever people see that stuff get integrated into Musou, they can really appreciate the attention to detail, because KT's always killed it. They've always killed it with the attention to detail when it comes to integrating the series source material into a Musou format. And then you just want to have like really interesting playstyle potential. So the 3 series I want to see are Dragon Ball Z, Final Fantasy, and Tales of. So Dragon Ball Z, like, these are probably a couple, especially Dragon Ball Z and Final Fantasy is like probably super mainstream, but the thing is these series are just really interesting. They would make for really good Musou. So Dragon Ball Z, we would get really interesting movement in a game like that. Dragon Ball Z has amazing movement potential. We kind of seen, like in Gundam, the possibilities of what a more movement-based Musou can be, but Dragon Ball Z would be like another level, since this is humanoids instead of robots or mechs, whatever you want to call them. But yeah, Dragon Ball Z would just be an amazing Musou due to movement, due to the mixture of melee and ranged combat. So we haven't seen a lot of ranged combat in Musou, not like dedicated ranged combat, I would say. Ranged options have always been a bit of gimmicky in Musou, but Dragon Ball Z would be an IP that could really have a lot of interesting integration of ranged and melee combat, since that's such a core element of Dragon Ball Z. And then Final Fantasy, Final Fantasy just has so much source material to work with. Every game is its own beast. Any character they pick from this series could make an interesting Musou character. They have a lot of different mechanics, in terms of character progression, a lot of potential for world design. Like, the worlds they could make for Musou would be probably the best. Like, Final Fantasy would probably kill it in that regard, is the world design, because Final Fantasy has so many memorable set pieces and worlds that they could just make some insane maps off of that. And then Tales of, you already know that I love my Tales, and I can't believe this just hasn't happened yet. Tales in general, I just feel so sorry for this series, because it could be a fighting game, it could be a Musou, it could be everything. Like Musou, like Tales of just has way too much potential as a Musou. Pretty similar to Final Fantasy. Like, they have an amazing cast of characters. Literally any character from the Tales of series would make an interesting Musou character. They have endless mechanical potential to draw from. It would just be such a fun game. Like, a Tales of Musou would just be so colorful, so interesting. It would probably be like one of my favorite games of all time if they did it. But yeah, this is it. These are my 3 IPs. I'm keeping this video pretty short, but I think these 3 series right here would make insanely good Musou. They have all of the elements that are important to a good Musou game. Characters, mechanics, worlds. Just, there's a lot of nostalgia. There's a lot to appreciate as a fan. Like, if you were a fan and you saw these games integrated into a Musou format, I'm sure the attention to detail that they put into it would just be a sight to behold. But yeah, if you guys have another discussion you'd like to see me cover, just comment down below. Peace.